Welcome to Slayerfest 98. I'm Kimberly and Southwick.
And I'm Jason.
And I'm Michael.
And I'm Ian Crawford, and we are here to talk Angel Season 4, Episode 6, Spin the Bottle. I had to bargain with Hammy to get him to come back. I tried to pick a fun episode that was like... I'm curious, what did your overall thoughts, Hammy?
You did a good job, yeah.
Okay.
When I first started, because so I've definitely seen this season, but not in a very long time, and I was so confused because I also have not watched episode 1 to 6 yet. So I was really nervous, and I was like, Ian, I'm not doing this. I'm not. And then I was like, I'll watch the episode that Ian gave me, and I was like, oh, this is a bottle episode, literally. Step on a bottle, break a bottle, bottle episode. And it's really fun. So I'm glad to be here. You picked right. You know me well.
Look at that. Yeah, because Hammy had texted me. I don't know why Cordelia doesn't have her memory. I was like, the show doesn't know either. That's fine. Like, just go with it. Jason, what'd you think?
I'm with Hammy here, and like I forgot to. I haven't watched 1 through 6, and I forgot this season, and I remember it now.
Okay,
the season isn't my favorite, but I love the storytelling in this episode, just how it's done and how Lauren,
I was like, I could have used more of that, honestly. Like, I liked him.
I would like more episodes like that.
Mm-hmm. Kim.
It was, the framework itself, totally was unique, and it had a bunch of different really good functions, I think, for the episode. The episode was overall fun, except for, the normal problems that we have with season 4 Angel. I feel like we can't blame this episode for the normal problems that we have with season 4 Angel, like Connor being Connor.
Connor stops, everything dead, right?
God.
Yeah, metal music has entered. And just the whole love triangle between Fred, Wes, and Gunn, or whatever we want to call it, what's going on with them. That's also just annoying.
It is.
But other than those things, and just the way that they treat Gunn in general and all of Angel, other than those things, this is a really fun episode for sure.
I think this is, and Hammy, this is specifically why I put you on for this one. I feel like this is as close to a Buffy episode as we get in a later season of Angel. This feels like Willow did a spell and everyone has wacky things that happen to them because she did a spell. So yeah, no, I have fun with this episode. This episode always makes me think of when I worked at BuzzFeed, I did a Cordelia Chase quotes as inspirational quotes post. And the lead image was, I'm Cordelia Chase, dumbass. And I put it over her eyes. And I thought that was but that's what I think of with that. This episode, we open, like we mentioned, we get the Lauren as a narrator. He's a great character to do that. Kim, you're smarter Professor Brain. I'm a professor as well, but you're smarter Professor Brain. I'm curious, the writing with that, do you think it was used well?
I wondered if they needed, I'm sure that the answer is no. Okay. But I wondered at first if they needed more time in the episode, because Lauren telling the story the way he does makes it so we don't need a previously on, and we don't get a previously on. But then I was like, no, I don't think it actually, because the framework takes up time, right? I don't think it actually saved them any time. But I do like how it serves that function. So it serves as the previously on. It serves as we know certain things before we actually see them happen. We get just information from his perspective. And he really is at this point, unfortunately, kind of part of the gang, but also more outside of the gang.
Yeah,
he's more of a lone wolf than the other characters who have these attachments. So it's nice that we're getting someone who cares about them to do the storytelling, and also kind of is all his fault. So I just thought the framework was really fun. It was easy to get into. It was easy to just be kind of hooked on the episode from the start because of that framework. And then him hating on magic was kind of interesting. Yeah. You're why is he being so hateful towards magic?
Hammy, did it work on catching you up though?
Yeah, it does a great job. It's just visually stimulating, right? In a show that sometimes is very muddled with the color palette, just very dark, very grays, browns. Having him come in right away for me automatically gets my attention, especially the colors, because it reminded me of Sweet from Buffy, the bright reds and the blues. Obviously he was red with the bright blue suit, but they did a really good job of making that so visually different that as soon as I started the episode, I was like, oh, this is important because it's different.
Mhm.
It felt different. So yeah, I was more apt to like stare and listen and actually get pulled back into what the episode's gonna be about and what I've missed. And
That makes me
yeah,
so
and
happy to hear, Hammy.
then Connor came in and I was like, should I turn this off? Or are we done?
Yeah. Jason?
I mean, I actually, when it started, because, you know, it's been a minute, I was like, oh no, where's the previous? And I like actually paused it to see, and I'm like, oh right. Like, so, and I'm with Kim on this. Like, the way they did it, the way they set it up, I wish they would have done that a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it was just super cool, and definitely drew me in faster, and I felt like, oh, I've been watching this season again, like, pretty quickly. So
It makes it like, even though it's not, it makes it so I can have two people who have not watched it come on, because it's like they do kind of fill you in on the stuff you need to be filled in on.
Like as much as you need to be filled in on to enjoy the episode. And if you have been watching the season, it makes sense, like progression wise. We get like a lot of like the end of this episode is really important.
I forgot that was the end of this episode.
Right?
I did too, and I was excited. I was like, oh, I remember what happened.
Yeah, because I do, however I feel about this season, I like the Beast as like a big, like scary big bad. Like, I think he's like,
It's a
cool.
good one.
Yeah, we start with, he's like, well, it all started with, and then it's Connor and it's stupid metal music. And then he's like, well, actually, and we go to Angel and Cordelia. I do really hate her memory loss plot line. Like, I mean, I don't like anything they do with Cordelia this season. So,
I was gonna say, because you think when she gets back, you're like, oh, fine, this is cool, and then it gets worse, and you're
it's
like,
not.
man.
Do we know that Charisma's like personal life during this season? Is that like part of the reason that they're making choices that they're making?
This is the season where she got pregnant.
Okay, yeah.
So, but there's like an interview where they said it was still always the plan. They only slightly tweaked it.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Annoying.
also like, I don't know how true that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because the plot of this season, I just does not. The writing is, even if we don't like an episode, the writing's usually tighter than the mess that it is this season. So I don't know. Hammy, pop quiz. Do you remember what happens there this season?
No. But at the end of the episode, when we're skipping ahead to the end, but at the end of the episode, when she has the little vision thing, and I was like, oh, I remember something about this man. And so I know, I feel like I've never watched it, but every time I watch an episode, I'm like, oh, I remember. Yeah, this, of course. But no, I know zero things. I will say, again, skipping to the end did make me want to watch a bit more, though, because I was like, oh, shit, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if I'll be back.
We get like this discussion of like, if they were in love, and I really hate this discussion because I'm like, Angel, just say yes. Like, that's what you were going to meet. Like, I don't love that, like, memory loss Cordelia is like, well, maybe it was sexual harassment. And I'm like, okay, but like, there is a way Angel could be like, no, that it definitely was not that. Like, we were meeting to express feelings. You left your man for me. Like, Gruslog went home because he knew she liked Angel. I don't know. There's a lot of times, especially on the show, where it's like, well, if we just communicated properly, but I know at least half of us are Lost girlies, and that was always the problem with Lost.
Oh,
so,
boy.
yeah.
I don't know. I liked that little back and forth because it gave us some depth into what she did remember versus didn't remember. Because it's not like she's total complete amnesia, right? It's like she just doesn't remember certain things. I didn't like that he yelled at her, but I did like that she pointed out that he needed. It felt very coupley, like the conversation,
It did,
even though, so I liked that about it. I didn't love the whole like, well, it could be sexual harassment thing, but then they bring it back at the end, and she's like, "This goes with my theory that it could go either way." And I did find that humorous.
Was cute.
So it felt more like we have to have that moment to show her confusion, but also like as a setup for like a punchline later. So
that is true. Yeah. And then so Lauren kind of like breaks the tension with like, I have the spell that will definitely absolutely work, which is always a bad sign in the Buffyverse if someone
there's no way this can fail, he says. Yeah. And even like then we get him like making fun of himself, which is great because we're all thinking it.
Yeah.
You know, we're all like, and even like Angel and Cordy like make a face like there's no way this could fail. Seems like that's gonna fail.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that he's like, oh, we are. So I'm standing up in front of him, making a joke of myself.
And yeah, and I think throughout the episode, there's a lot of like, because of their memories and stuff, there's a lot of like self-awareness from them.
Yes.
Like how, like, and I mean, he obviously Lauren telling the story is obviously he's just like, well, I messed up, but I feel like when they like lose their memories, like that's like a theme of this episode. There's a lot of self-awareness in there.
Yeah. Yeah. And like these shows always do well when they can make fun of themselves, I think. So Lorne calls Wes, he needs to assemble everybody. Does he explain why?
No,
We
it's
don't
literally
see him
we
doing
don't
so.
hear the convo. We
Yeah.
just hear Wes
No
just
one
saying
does.
yes, and that's it.
I'll be there right away.
But he has his cool weapons that look like they're gonna break if they hit anything.
I forgot how hot he is with a beard. That's crazy. I was like, that was. I haven't seen this man in so long, and then he just had that beard and that sword that came out like Assassin's Creed style, and I was like, oh, okay.
I do think this is the season where Wes gets hot. Yeah.
It's the Dark West. Like I've always been a fan of Dark West.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except when he is being stupid about Fred being Dark Wes.
Yeah, but everyone's stupid about relationships in Buffy
Yeah. That's
or
also-
Buffy universe.
Well, even as long as it's not being directed at or about her, it's hot. But when it is, I'm just like, just get over it, dude.
just stop.
I like how he says price here when he answers the phone. I'm like, oh, clearly you're a badass now.
Right. To let you know. I do like that he's like, Lauren, I said yes. Like the answer was yes, because he knows like I like seeing that it's like he still helps them and he still does care. It's just kind of like one of those things where it's like, we're not friends anymore. He doesn't hate them, but he like clearly still has feelings for Fred, but I do think he still cares about the gang, right? Like, we're not friendly, we're not friends, but like, I don't hate you guys and I don't want something bad to happen, so sure, I'll come help.
And we get some of the tension of that drama when at the end of the phone call he asks about Fred. And then we cut to like her and Gunn in bed and Angel knocking on the door and such.
I appreciated the like shot of them in bed just looking miserable. Because in the previous episode, Hammy and Jason, Gunn killed her professor that sent her to Pylea. And for me, I'm like, yeah, kill him and throw him in a portal. But like, because it's a human, they make it a big deal where it's like, oh no. And I'm like, that guy sent Fred to hell. Let him.
Yeah, I could think of a couple humans I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
It's just that this is one of the things that though, because I remembered that once because they kind he kind of does cover Lauren does like cover that like little bit. I'm like, oh right. I was like, and they're all mad at each other for who ended up doing it. It's like y'all were all gonna do it anyway, so everyone calm down.
Yeah. And I really don't love the Gunn and Wes chest puffing. It's been said in our Discord a lot, which I do agree with, that a lot of times Fred is treated like a prize to win, not like a love interest. And I feel like especially this, like them getting like chest to chest really felt like that, because it's like, can y'all discuss it with her? Like, does she get to decide in this or no? Okay, great. It's just
yeah, because even in that's when Gunn like says like, oh, you make a move on her.
I do like that Wes says, like, I'm glad you have faith in your relationship, because, like,
I mean, it was a good comeback.
It was.
I think it's really weird popping into this so, like, I guess not late in the season of a 22 episode season, but like late in the series. And having these two characters who I remember liking so much, Wes and Gunn, in this episode be two people I hate so much because of the way they are treating Fred throughout the episode and treating each other, honestly. Like, it just, like, it made me feel yucky, even not really remembering or knowing, and just being like, but the two people I love. And then it's great, though, because memory wipes, and then I get the people I love back, and I'm like, oh, how lovely. This is nice.
Yeah, and you're right, though. Like, the whole time, they're never bringing Fred in on a conversation.
No.
Like, cool, guys. You're doing great.
I do like that we get Lauren's commentary about all of this, though, because like even if you hadn't seen the previous episodes, like we're using that framework and to like set it up where like it's like, this is why, and Gunn is watching them have this conversation and he's just realizing blah blah blah, and like it's just such a smart way to like, because normally you have to read the looks people are and like the cinematography and stuff, and it's it's all in there too with like the joke about the language that like Lauren like grew up with that Fred had to learn because she was trapped there, and like how she actually says something really gross and disgusting and she thought she said that. And I mean it that really cuts the tension between them and makes us kind of see how ridiculous it is. And
Yeah.
I don't think these writers really have that self-awareness very often
Not on
about
Angel,
how
no.
yeah, about how annoying that like love triangle, whatever we want to call it, is. But in this moment, it seems like they might. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know that I would have assumed Gunn what he was like. If he's just standing there, I would have just been like, oh, he's jealous. Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
have, I don't know that I would have assumed like, oh, he's realizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have, especially just coming right into this, and then like he explained pretty well, and then so I was like, oh,
Yeah. So more of Cordy and Angel, which as Kim mentioned, we go back to the joke where she's like, this is very familiar. So either this is two people in love or this is you harassing me at work. He does a spell. I would have minded a little bit more detail, but I also kind of appreciate that it doesn't fucking matter.
For once, I was fine with it.
Okay.
I
was
think
gonna
like
say-
like Lauren just being like, it's foolproof. It's definitely gonna work, you know?
Mhm.
And then like as soon as we know we're supposed to get Cordy's memory back. If we were gonna have any sort of preamble to what was going on, we should have had it before we gathered the gang all together, because
Yeah.
like why do we need 6 people? Why do like what are all those questions? Like we're past like me needing to know that. And then as soon as the bottle spits out like the woo-woo stuff that goes in everybody's face, I'm like, okay, no. I mean, I know it's not gonna be good because I've seen it before, but even had I been watching it the first time, you're like, no, wait, this was just for her. And now it's got everybody. So
Yeah.
it worked. I don't know. It worked fine for me.
Hammy, did it work for you?
Yeah, the lack of plot in this episode seems fine to me because because of the way the episode is just structured. It really feels like one of those writer creator decisions to just have fun for an episode
Yeah.
and do something because they want to do it, and we all just get to sit back and relax and have 40 minutes of stupidity. And yeah, if this episode was important to the story, I think I would have had a lot of questions, because it did feel like sometimes I was like, okay, well, why would he just say yes, and why this, and why, but like whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
who cares? It's not the point. The point is to just have a nice time with people we like.
And so they all get stoned, which
The music killed me. I was like, not this again. No.
I could have used more of them being ridiculously stoned. Like I like legit laughed out loud when Fred's like touching the plant and then just throws up.
Yeah.
That's you when you're drunk, Kim.
I don't throw up though, but I might touch a plant.
Like sit in the corner and touch a plant. And then what is it? Like Cordelia just kind of freaks out and then
Mhm.
smashes the thing, and that makes it worse.
Seems like it makes it worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now they're not drunk. Now they're 17.
I don't always love an amnesia, but because it's like funny here, I enjoy it. Normally any like memory loss like storyline is like but because we're like doing it for jokes, I'm okay. If it was like super serious, I wouldn't like it. I do like that we write Cordelia the way she was written like in Buffy season 1. I really appreciate
Mhm.
that.
Agree. Hard agree.
He starts
Yeah.
right off with it too. It's like,
Uh-huh.
all right, there we are.
I really appreciate, especially because Cordelia feels so not Cordelia this season because of a million different reasons. So it's nice to like when she's like, I'm Cordelia Chase, dumbass. And when she sees Angel, when she says, hello, salty goodness, like what she said on Buffy. I love that. Yeah. So we also call to, yes, Sammy.
Oh, I was just thinking about Wes again and how he was head boy.
Your head
And all
boy.
the
Yeah.
jokes about that. Sorry. Carry on.
Is it Cordelia that says like, wonder how you got that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the like reference to, I mean, I think they're like, well, she's like, you don't sound Irish. I'm like, you're right. He never does. Because he like kind of has the accent when he starts talking, but it's like going in and out. So
it was never good, so I'm glad
I
they
mean-
went without it.
yeah, please don't give me a full episode of him with that fucking accent, because
No, thank you.
God.
There's DVD commentary for this episode, which obviously, why did I listen to it? I don't know. But they talk about how they didn't want to give him an accent because they knew he just couldn't do it for a whole day of shooting. So they just decided not to give him the accent for this one.
I
Which
kind
is
of love
good
that.
because David Boreanaz, when he gets to have fun, has so much fun, and it's just a joy to watch. And I mean, he has to share the stage with other people who are also having fun here, so it's not as apparent as when, a season a billion ago, when like he gets to like pretend to be that like vampire guy, and there's like they're going on a bus. Man, my memory is shot for actually explaining
I
this well.
remember that
Yeah,
episode.
okay, yeah, that one, yeah. When he's just like having fun, like playing this other guy, like, but he's Angel pretending to be the other guy. Yeah, I feel like when he gets to do something fun like this, like you can just tell he's enjoying it. So, but yeah, they were all having a good time, and it's so apparent. Maybe this part where they are figuring out what happened to them felt a little long to me, but that's because I already knew what happened, and I was like, "Come on, realize it, realize the thing,
Yeah.
realize you're all 17, even though you look however old that you look." But it was fun along the way.
Yeah. Yeah. And so Fred sees Lorne, who is unconscious. Lorne is like the Giles of the group. Like he's always getting knocked out.
Poor guy.
She screams, they tie him up.
Wait, but before they tie him up, we get Connor in an alley and some metal music. Let's
Oh,
not
right.
forget that. It's very
I-
important.
Took
Round two.
zero notes on that.
What was that? Was that where, or was that earlier when it's just like one line about Connor and he's like, enough about Connor, and I'm like,
That was
yeah,
earlier. Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
one where the prostitute like is like, "Oh, like, I'm gonna you saved me."
Oh
I
yeah.
And-
literally have no
and-
notes on this scene.
Yeah. And then like she's like, "I'm gonna give you a good time. Do you have $50?" And he's like, "No." And then like she's like, "Sorry, kid. Girls gotta eat." Though the writing is better than my version of it. So anyway.
Barely.
Slightly, yeah.
And we get Lauren tied up. They've tied up. Fred keeps asking everyone for weed, which is hilarious.
Me.
Yeah.
Cordy also mentioned something which I think all of us have maybe talked about on this podcast at one point or another, how Wes and Gunn are pretty homoerotic at times. And I like that Cordy's like, we're done with the homoeroticism. And yeah, I also appreciate that we're like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of times, especially this era, smoking weed would not have been like the smart character gets to do it. Like, so I really appreciate that, like, the smartest person in that room is Fred, and she's the one that's like, does anyone have weed? Like, I want to smoke.
Yeah, and the people that think they're the smartest people in the room. And it is kind of fun only because they aren't the characters that we know them to be, but old versions of themselves. It is kind of fun to see like Wes and Gunn like still trying to one up each other by revealing that vampires and demons and such are real.
That was funny.
Yeah, I did really like that. And I hated that version of Wesley, but I liked seeing this Wesley get to do that old version. If that makes sense, like when that was Wesley all the time, I did not like it. But like getting to see, as Hammy pointed out, hot
Him like
Wesley
as a child.
Yeah. Like I think that's like kind of fun that he got to do the like, and also it almost felt like we were making fun of the fact that he was so annoying and like shitty.
Well, actually.
Yeah.
I would I would like to point out why we're talking about Wesley. I don't know if anyone, noticed where they pretty much showed that, the wooden stake is an extension of his dong. Wait, are you allowed to say dong on your podcast?
You're good, Jason. You're
I
good.
said
when he's-
blowjob earlier. I think Dong is
Right,
okay.
right. So when he's actually showing Gunn his karate moves, his little stake goes off, and you're like, "Yep, we know what that means."
And
We
later,
know.
and later they literally do use it. Is that when him?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Also, Jason, you pointed out those things look like I can't. I mean, Hammy, I know you compared it to Assassin's Creed, or is it Assassin's Creed that you compared it to? Yeah, but they look so flimsy.
That's gonna break.
right.
Yep.
Because Assassin's
Especially
Creed,
when he's
that's
playing
like
the
a
one time where he's
blade.
playing with it and it's like flopping around, and I'm like, yeah, because
Sorry, are we
Gunn's not
talking about
around.
the blade? Was
I
Talking about
know.
the blade.
That's the thing. The line's really blurred in this
Not the
episode.
dong.
What it is.
Oh,
All right, afterwards, you boys to show me your blades.
Oh, we also, I feel like Fred's little comments are the best because she talks kind of the least of everyone, but then she just pipes in and she's like, and has something hilarious. At one point when we're talking about Wesley's like poofing up and talking about the Slayer, and she's like, Slayer? Like the band?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I really
Sent
got
me
a
to the
kick out of
moon.
her.
That was so
Yeah.
funny.
And I like that they brought back like later, I forget what scene it is, where she asks about weed again. It'd be,
Yes.
it's funny that she does it one time, but it's even funnier that she does it twice.
Well, again, because I like that it's like, yeah, she's the smart girl that is super shy. She's not that talkative and also smokes a lot of weed. Sure. Like,
It's giving when Giles gets to be a badass.
yes.
And you're like, oh my god, this old stuffy man actually,
Because like him and Joyce, I mean, we know that they fucked, but I feel like it's supposed to be that they're smoking weed when they're like smoking
sure.
right? Like
Mhm.
they just like
Yeah.
couldn't show a joint. Also, her saying Slayer the band, I have, and I've worn it a couple times, a shirt that says Slayer in the band's like font with Sarah Michelle Gellar's face on it, and I have been stopped at Comic Cons when I've worn it by like dumb straight dudes to be like, "Do you actually listen to that band, or are you just wearing that shirt?" And it's like, is Sarah Michelle Gellar in this band? Like what? Like,
Those are my favorite kind of people.
God, ugh. I feel like you, Jason, you would be like, "Oh, tell me about it," and like start a fucking conversation with those people.
Oh, I would. I would, and then I'd start making stuff up. Be like, "Do you know this album?" They'd be like, "Yeah," and I'd be like, "Oh, it's not real."
Hammy, Jason and I worked together and lived together in New York, and he loved doing that with stupid customers at Barnes and Noble. Like I had
Only
to tell
if you were around those, so I can mess with
and
you.
would like look at me the whole time that he was doing it. I always remember when that old
Rotten.
man was so mad at me because I told him we were closed. And Jason's like egging him on. And I'm the one that's like, Jason's the manager. I'm a supervisor. And Jason's like, I know, man. I know. Soon they're going to start charging for air, aren't they? And he's like, they are. And I'm like, I'm going to kill both of you.
I
I take
stared
it
right
back.
at him.
That's
I was
so
like,
funny.
That was like the most annoyed I ever was when you did that.
"Oh, you were pissed."
Because like, fuck that guy. Get him out of here. So where are we in the notes, Kim?
They finally discover that they all are 17, but they don't look 17.
Right.
And there's, again, the humor here is wonderful. Wesley's like checking his bicep, and Angel goes, I feel cold inside. I just got such a
And no
kick
one
out of
even
that.
cares that he said it
No.
either. No one
And
cares.
Wes is just describes like, oh, this must be because of the Watcher
Yeah.
Academy test.
Mm.
Yes.
I do appreciate that we're reminding ourselves that like he was a bumbling idiot when he was younger, but like he still would have known shit because he was a watcher, right? Like,
Yeah. And he thinks that, who does he think is there on an advisory capacity?
Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he knows how to, because he's killed vampires
Yes.
before. Where Wes is like just been at the academy and has like never encountered one. So yeah, I liked that line because it was like, oh, respect, before they split into their two groups, which they're kind of already in.
Yes.
Like Cordy and Angel are like only talking to each other,
like
and the three of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad that they split physically into those groups.
I also did get a kick out of Cordelia, like feeling her chest and being like, "Oh, I am filled out," and Fred being like, "I guess I'm not." Like,
Yeah, I never will. Yeah.
So they split up, and oh god, well wait, first I was like, oh, and I know it's like tracks, but when Gunn and Wes are fighting and Angel's like, the English
No.
deserve this, blah blah. I'm rooting for the slave. I was like,
Mm-mm.
Oh, I know. I was like, come on.
like, I get what we're doing there, but like, man, we didn't need to put that
We
in.
didn't need it.
But I mean, if we wanted to, and we absolutely could, we could talk about all of the bad things they do to Gunn in this episode as him being his like younger, like sort of like puffed up self. And just the way that he's taught. At one point, Wesley says something, and it seems like he uses like a big word. And Gunn's like, if I knew what that meant, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that would have been funny if that was Cordy saying that, but it's not funny because it's Gunn saying that. So like, there certainly are these lines that he's made to say and these things that other people are saying. And mostly I think the way he's made to act that are very frustrating from my 2025 perspective for sure.
Right.
But yeah, that's definitely, I think the Angel line is maybe the worst of it all.
Yeah. It like, just like, I was like when he said it, I was just, oof. So I do like when they're splitting up, and Cordelia's like, I'll go with tall, dark, and slightly more handsome than you two. I was like, Cordelia keeps her eyes on the prize at all times.
She really
The whole
does.
time.
All prizes.
That's when Fred once again is like, oh, it'd be
Be more
like-
fun if we had some weed.
I feel like, is that a reference to Dazed and Confused? When he's like, be a lot cooler if you did.
Maybe.
That's what I thought of. They split up. They search a hotel. We do a lot of, I feel like, I always wonder what this set looked like because they do a lot in the show of like, there's something wrong, so we're just going to walk around the hotel and it's like the same hallway 5 times. It's like the same hallway and then the kitchen area are the only like areas we ever see. I always feel like that's like a wasted opportunity because like it's a huge fucking hotel. I don't know. It'd be cool to see like different parts of it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it was just everything else was studio.
Well, and yeah, well, I'm sure. And I'm sure like budget. That's always on these shows.
So Angel and Cordy split off and they encounter the radio.
Right, they
And
encounter the
Angel
radio.
says, I'm sorry for acting so womanish. And Cordy feels his bicep and is like, you're good. You're good.
You and I, Kim.
And then he discovers, importantly to the plot of the episode, that he is a vampire, but it takes him a while. First, he thinks he's invisible.
I kind of got a kick out of that. And when he's like, I think I'm invisible. And she's like, no, you're not. And he's like, okay, I'll be right back. And then just like,
and then
him like going back and forth between like I'm just like, this is really funny.
Yeah.
Important question. Does it always, because it makes a noise when he's going back and forth.
Like rubber
Does it always
or
make
something.
a noise? Like, is that like a thing? Because I thought it was like a silent thing. People have turned into vampires and been like, surprise, I'm a vampire. But now it's like making like it kind of sounds like a creaky bed.
It's one of those things that sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's like very plot, because you are right, Kim. There have been episodes where it's like someone just turns around and then it's a vamp face and it's a surprise and there wasn't a noise. But usually when we're looking at it straight on, they do make a noise. But I think they like upped the volume on the noise for this one.
And is it because it's supposed to sound like masturbating?
Yes.
Question mark. Okay.
That's what I was thinking. He was baiting his face.
Yeah, baiting his face.
He is touching.
I don't know. That's just a term that came to mind.
Different kind of head boy.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, there we go.
He's like freaking out, and it like even sounds like a teenager when she's like, "You okay in there?" And he's like, "I'll be right out." Like,
I'm almost finished.
yeah. And it's all because he got like horny for her neck. Which like, I don't know why it surprised me, but it's like, oh right, like that makes sense because he's a vampire, and also he doesn't even remember that he's a good vampire. So we get.
He's doing a good job of being a good vampire, though.
Yes,
he is, up until this point, up until later. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
We get like the little Lorne interlude where he's like, those were some good products.
That was awesome.
I liked thinking of this as, because I never watched Angel like on TV, but I liked thinking that they're coming back from a commercial break and like Lorne gets to say that, and I liked that idea.
It took me a second. I was like, oh my God, that was a commercial break. That's exactly what I thought too.
But he's got like a pile of stuff, as though he just like during his show was like,
that way it like
vampire face vanishing cream or whatever.
The commercial was part of the show.
Yes, exactly. We get Gunn, Wes, and Fred, and this is where we get another like joke about the boner thing that comes out of his arm, because she says they'll take advantage. The wording there is so bananas that she says, "They'll take advantage of my naked body." I was like,
she's just going on about this
and she won't stop. Like, we get it.
I was like, why did she say she's naked? And I don't know why, but it does make me laugh when it's like bloop and it like blips out.
When that happened, I was like, I knew it.
Yeah, we knew we had to have a boner joke. Angel,
another one.
Another one.
They all reconvene in the lobby, and then Angel runs out and sees demons, aka cars.
He has this Thor moment, if you will.
Yes. Yeah, it is very Thor. And Fred is about to say that they're like handing the thing because Wesley knows the test. One of them's got to be a vampire. They're handing off the cross. This is another thing where they're like fast and loose with it, because sometimes a cross, like your hand catches
like
on fire.
Just looking at it. Yeah.
Right. And like, but he's able to like hold it and it kind of hurts and there's a little bit of smoke.
But I thought, I was like, maybe it's because like he has a soul. I don't know.
Maybe. That's a good interpretation. Yeah. I was like, how does no one see it smoking?
Yeah. Because like they're focused on what they're doing. Like that's the whole point, to see what the cross does.
before this, though, I forget at what point when Lauren is knocked out, and he's just like, I know I'm knocked out in this moment. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
It just brought me
I
out of it
liked
real
that
quick.
too.
I was like, I
Yeah.
love the like little story things that.
Yeah, that was great.
Again, that's a thing I could have used more of. Like I got a big kick out
I
of
loved
that.
it. Yeah.
And the way Angel distracts everyone is by saying, "Look, the devil's awake." And I do like Lauren saying, "I'm tied to a chair again." Poor Lauren. When he's
I
like,
wish you would have said I was knocked out again.
that reminds me of in fucking Gingerbread in Buffy season 3 when Cordelia's like, "How many times you been knocked out anyway? One of these days you're gonna wake up in a coma." To Giles because she found him unconscious. Lauren says, "What is it?" He's like, "There's no vampire." Well, aside from Angel, he's the one that like blows up
So
his spot.
nonchalant after this whole 15 minutes of trying to find the vampire. I loved it.
And Angel unsuccessfully tries to knock out Lauren to distract from that. It does not distract from that at all. Angel points out that he did not touch Cordelia, which I love her being like, "That's proof you're a deviant." The men brandish their weapons. Once again, Wesley's Cordelia, Fred touches him and he prematurely shoots his thing.
In
Sword.
case we missed it
Yeah,
the first time.
really heavy-handedness.
He's got the stamina of a young kid. So there you go.
True.
Or a 18-year-old, we say.
I think I had more stamina at 18. Give me a break.
I'm just saying he's overexcited.
Fair.
And then Wes like apologizes. He's like, "Oh, sorry," but it hit him
Yeah.
Oh, this
Literally
doesn't
hit him.
happen every
Just-
time.
in the heart. Yeah.
I do like Cordelia being like, "Chase her. She's all neck." Because, but he chases Cordelia, which also tracks when he's like, "I want one of the women, but I don't know who to pick." It tracks that he would pick Cordelia because we know
She's
that,
at least fake blonde right now. So
right, and we know that yes, he does have a type. He catches her pretty quickly. This is very Cordelia, which is like, "I have a superpower too," and just screams.
That was a good scream too.
It was a good scream.
Nailed it.
such
was.
a good scream. And as we know, I know it's very hard to scream.
But
So to
Kim-
do a good scream,
Kim is a very good screamer.
thank you.
Hammy, I made you watch it recently, my book trailer,
Mhm.
little movie. Kim did the scream because I could not scream. I was supposed to scream and I couldn't. I don't know how to fucking scream.
It's really hard. I did bad the first time, and then apparently I did good enough the second time.
Kim was like, "All right,
Ye-
everyone, this is gonna be really loud," and then just screamed.
Okay, professional.
Yeah.
Wow, what a disappointment you are, Ian.
Every time I screamed, it was like, I know I sound like a robot. Why can't I? Yeah, I don't know why I can't.
Help.
Yeah, it really was like, ah, it was like how I screamed. It was bad. Connor comes in, whatever, we don't like Connor. I laughed really hard at Wes being like, "Yeah, get up," and then he just trips because he's like back to being bumbly idiot younger Wes. It did make me laugh. The Connor and Cordelia.
Connor
hate it.
he doesn't know what's going on at first,
Right.
too, which I think is important. So he's just there to kill Angel, and everyone's now trying to kill Angel. So lucky him. They're not trying to stop him. They're egging him on.
Connor sucks so much, and he's so one note. Like you said, Kim, well, he's there to kill Angel again. That's everything he does in every episode. And he's so stupid when Cordelia clearly doesn't know who this person is. And she's like, "You're not my type, but you'll get a reward if you kill him." And he's like, "Really?" And I'm like, "My dude."
I know. I'm like, come on.
So I'll give it to the writers, though. We have all these characters who are suddenly reverted to their teenage selves. Yeah. And so the way that they're acting, I feel like if we are going to have any modicum of sympathy for Connor, the tiniest iota of it, we have it in this episode, maybe briefly at one point once, because the characters are all at his level, what he's like. It's hard to be a teenager. It's really hard. You have all these big feelings, and his life is
Not great.
really bad trauma, so much
Yeah.
trauma, right? So on top of all those bad feelings, he's got all this trauma. So I feel like in these moments, he's in a group of peers before they all drink the paste or whatever. And the things that especially he and Angel are kind of saying back and forth, we can be like, okay, maybe we kind of a little bit understand why you are the way you are, because like literally Angel is like speaking your language as 17-year-old Liam.
Yes.
I actually didn't hate that whole conversation. I was like, okay. I was like, this interaction was actually kind of cool. I was like, it kind of gives a little depth, but it was like Angel giving depth to Connor, not Connor getting it himself.
True. Yes.
Yeah, because I was like, if Connor had been like, wait, what's going on? Why are you talking about your dad suddenly? Like, I felt like it's the reaction where Connor's just kind of like, yeah, dad suck, and then goes right back to trying to kill him. I wish there had almost been like a, wait, what's going on here moment? Like, because that would have made sense for Connor to be like, wait, what are you talking? Cordelia just said this, and you're saying, what the hell is wrong with you guys?
Yeah.
Like, there were two big chances to do that. One's when they're talking, and the other time when he's like laying on the ground and he walks away from him. Like those two times, like I was like,
yeah,
anything?
Hammy, what's your take on Connor?
So much time spent on Connor. I love the way y'all are dissecting this. It's
I
great.
think because
It's
we all
good.
still feel bad.
maybe
so bad.
The scene that I probably, if Kim hadn't started talking, would have been like, whatever. I'm now like, oh, what an interesting and complex take on this thing I thought was dog shit 30 seconds ago. Fascinating. The only thing I noticed is when Cordelia said, I'll give you a big reward, and he said, really? And she said, ooh, doggy?
Yeah.
And I was like, I paused it and I was like, is that what she's promising as a reward? Or is she like, ooh, buddy, like, oh boy, or like,
right?
It was nasty stuff. It was nasty work. I was like, I'm going to ignore it. And I was like, I'm not even going to bring it up in the conversation because it'll be weird. I'm not bringing it up. It was like the equivalent of her being like, anal. And him being like, okay, let me go kill my dad. I'll be right back.
We see while they're fighting, Lauren convinces Fred to untie him.
Thank God it was her.
I know. I feel like that also makes sense that she would be the one that was convinced. Because any of the rest of them would not have believed him.
Not one of them.
And I actually really like, I've been noticing more this time going around, Fred and Lauren's relationship. The way I say this about Margot and Elliot a lot too, Kim, that feels very like queer guy, straight girl, like close friendship. And I like that. I don't know. it feels like a natural, like I almost feel like those actors were probably friends.
I wish we got more of that.
Yeah. Because I also liked them in season 5. I always liked their dynamic there. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
Just thinking about the injustice of all of it, of Fred and Lauren and everything in the future, but it sucks because I love these characters so much and you keep coming back and then I'm just like, about like so many things.
And then I'm very charmed by Fred popping her head and saying, hold it, nobody kill anybody, please.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
Connor's like, oh, I so almost had you. And Angel's like,
Yeah, like give me a break.
Even teenage Angel's like, absolutely not. Like I would have killed you.
Lauren, Kim, you mentioned they get some paste to eat and versus the spell. I was like, wait, what did I miss? And then again, went back to, doesn't matter. Never mind. This, whatever they're doing reverses it. Because I wasn't sure if it reversed it or like did the thing it was supposed, in the end, it does the thing it's supposed to do, right? Isn't that?
I think it's supposed to be a surprise that like, she's like, yes, I remember everything.
Yeah.
And I do weirdly like this scene because we have all this high testosterone fighting happening. And then we have this like slow motion music and everything's like, ooh, and we're eating the paste and everything's calm and everyone regrets, you know. The end was weird.
It is.
Where
the
everyone
very end. So there's the Lauren part of it is weird because it's empty. Like the space is empty. Was it that he was telling this story to no one the whole time and imagining the crowd?
I was wondering that too. I don't know.
That's how I read it, but I
wasn't sure if it was that or if it's like, oh, the show was over and now he's just like doing a bit for himself. Like there was a crowd, they left because it's over.
Yeah, but you can hear when he's talking and looking at the empty space, you can still hear the crowd sounds.
They literally say, it was like finish it. Like
I thought it was kind of faded, like maybe
That's
there's
true.
like a few stragglers at the bar or something.
Okay, but
That's what
we don't see anybody ever.
Right.
Yeah, it was interesting, and I wasn't sure what to make of that. If it were that he was performing the whole time to nobody.
I guess
Well,
Was
if
I
you
sup-
can't make something of it, Kim, none of us can. So we need you to work a little bit harder, please.
yes.
I was counting on you for this
Deeper.
ending.
I'm glad, Ian, you read it that way too, even if neither of us can make anything of it. But it does bring us to the more important part, because I guess once you get to that, you forget about whether or not, because it actually fucking matters whether Lauren was performing to someone or
Right.
not.
Also, it's weird that the Lorne narration has two endings. Like, it feels like it's when he's like, here's how it actually went. And then we like go to Angel and Cordy, and then we go back.
Yeah.
That's
then
like
it's the
kind of
empty,
weird.
yeah.
Yeah. But so I like barely understand what I think this is Jasmine coming in, is what it is. I think. Because it makes no sense that Cordelia would run away. I just like didn't. I was like, but what? It's a lot, yes, but if she's herself, I don't understand why she's
Like now that she remembers everything, like why
So she
wouldn't she
remembers
confide in
everything.
Angel?
Yeah,
I think it's important when he asks what that he's asking. We know as the audience that they all remember everything that just happened, that they were when they were 17-ish. And then Cordy also has the rest of her memories back. So it's like a double question in a way. And she has the vision.
yes, of the
And
beast.
then
Yeah,
Angel asks her if they were in love. And she says, for a while in the past, right?
Yeah.
Like she doesn't say in the past, but it's the past tense. And then the vision makes her run away, it seems to me.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
So
But
yeah,
she's also, her visions are different now than they were in previous seasons, though, because she's elevated.
higher. Yeah, like
Yeah, so
higher.
I wasn't sure if we're just seeing a glimpse of the vision and there's more to it. That's kind of how I read it.
Yes, I do
Okay.
think that. I mean, I haven't watched beyond this yet, but I do think that is like there was more to it.
That was the implication. Okay.
Yeah, but the like, I do like the scene of like, were we in love? We were, but it's just like this season is so relentless, and I'm just like, ugh, I just want Cordy and Angel to like at least like have one nice. I mean, we get eventually one nice moment, but like, I don't know. And Angel's annoying. Sometimes he's too mopey, but like I feel bad for him. His son's trying to kill him and maybe also making eyes at the woman he loves, and like it's working. That sounds like a terrible place to be in. So some trivia for this episode, unless anyone else has anything to say. But Jason, what do you think about that ending?
I mean, I loved it. I always, you know, I remember being so mad when I was like, come on, like when Angel and Cordy, like it just, and
I know how much
it
you
was
like
nice.
them.
It was nice to have them recognize it, like, and I was just like, oh, sweet, they remember, and like I didn't know what was coming after this, and then I got mad again. But
Yeah, true. At least they like do acknowledge what it was.
right, I was kind of happy. Like that made me happy.
Hammy.
Yeah, good. I mean, I said it earlier in the episode, but like I really liked the ending, both that part and seeing the beast and all that, because it kind of hooked me into being like,
right?
oh right, this is good. There is something like
there is good. I remember watching this and being like very stoked for like what I was like, oh, like show me that bad guy. Like let me see this fucking monster. Because also on the shows, a lot of times the big bad wasn't actually a big monster. Like it was just like a human that maybe had like a thing. Like the Master in season 1 is the only like, and Adam in season 4 are the only like monsters Buffy has as big bads. The rest of them are like humans that are big bads, but they like look like a human. And Angel, it's kind of the same thing. So I do like seeing like a fucking monster like that's just like destroying everything. So some trivia for this episode. This is where the explanation is. This episode marks the first appearance of Jasmine while possessing Cordelia. It will be revealed in Inside Out. Jasmine was released from the safeguard set in place by the powers that be to hold her at bay, and they are broken by the spell the group performs.
Jeez.
what a sentence.
Right.
That's why Lauren's so mad.
Even as I was saying it, I was like, the fuck am I saying? Because like that is always confusing to me. Like I don't quite like I understand that Jasmine is like there, but like I don't.
Okay, so that makes me think, when is Lauren telling this story?
Mm.
right? I feel
Is
like
it
it's
maybe
like
the season wrap, and that's when he was just like, we're gonna go back and talk about this story.
I almost think that that's him telling it like within like a day or two of it happening, because otherwise he might have had a different perspective on like Cordelia at least.
Well, I mean, his perspective is that magic sucks. And if
Right.
it literally releases Jasmine, then that's
True.
fair.
But like to me, it's like this story seemed to really affect him. And like
Yes.
there's been worse that's happened in his life.
That is true.
So if he maybe is going back because like I started the events of what's about to happen to this season, maybe he was telling it a little later.
All right. Let's see that. Tammy, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm with Jason.
Thanks, Hammy.
I saw your
2
face.
against 2.
I was like, no thoughts, just
Zero thoughts. Zero. I was just Googling spoilers for the next season. So,
Look at that, you're hooked, motherfucker.
I know.
So the age the characters regress to is unclear. Fred states not one of y'all look 17, implying that they would be the age they think they are, although she may have simply been rounding up. But Cordelia has no recollection of Slayers or vampires, nor does she recognize Angel, and she met him at 16.
Yeah, I thought that she was going to recognize him actually. So yeah, that makes sense that there's no specific age. I mean, I just kept saying 17 because that's what
Fred says. Yeah. And I do that like makes more sense if like it's around there. Because okay, if she's like 14, sure. Like she didn't meet him yet. When Wesley talks about what the test the Watchers have done, he's referencing I don't know how to say it. Tento di Cruciamentum.
Oh, canceled. You're so canceled.
Which is the test they put Buffy through on her birthday in season 3's Helpless. Fred speaks to a plant in this episode right before she throws up, and that is a common thing she's done, which I kind of love.
Love that. It would be me totally, you're right.
Yes. Fred asks if anyone else took a personality test recently with questions about politics and your bowel movements. This would seem to be the same. Oh, and if you want to be a florist, which goes in line with what Buffy takes in the personality test, where it's like, she's like, says something like, I think it's Buffy or Willow is like, it asked if you want to be a florist. I said no. Should I have said yes? And like, there's like a little whatever. This episode is very similar to Tabula Rasa and Band Candy. Joss Whedon said this episode grew out of his desire to see Wesley return to the bumbling moron of the past. Whedon gave Lauren's spell the side effect of making the gang high to differentiate it from memory spells done on Buffy. The episode took much longer to film due to the cast finding it difficult not to stop laughing, which
Love
I love. Whedon notes that while writing this episode, he already knew that Connor and Cordelia were going to have sex, but the story had to move faster than he had originally planned because of Charisma Carpenter's pregnancy. Whedon commented the term moussaka has never been featured on a TV show before. However, Giles remarks that he made one on Amends. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
It's a Greek dish.
Okay, someone knows. Okay. Good. Great. Okay, at the end, favorite outfit. Hammy, what was your favorite outfit of the episode?
Oh, God, shut up. Lauren in the opening with the blue jacket, the red undershirt.
I do like his colors.
Yeah, the colors are good.
Also, in my brain, that's reversed. It's a red jacket and blue shirt, but I trust you.
It is it's because of the light.
Yeah, because there's a lot of, I think the background's red, but the lights are, I don't know. So,
and it is red with blue, but because of the light, it looks blue and with the red background. Anyway.
Whoa, is the dress black and blue or gold and white? Am I right?
Kill me. Kim, what was your favorite outfit?
Okay, so weirdly, the one very short scene where we get with Fred and Gunn, and Fred like answers the door when I think Angel knocks on it. Like I loved like her cute little bedtime outfit. But we only get that for like a second. But I liked her outfit for the rest of the show too, with the blue long sleeve shirt with like the flowers. I feel like it was sort of hippie coded, which worked with her asking for weed all the time when she reverts back to her teenage self.
Yeah, Jason.
I think honestly, when they first showed I guess Wesley buying the weapons and he had like the black sweater on, I was like, oh, I'm taking Angel's outfits now. Okay. And it kind of, I don't know, it worked for Wesley.
He does look good in all black. Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
I am going to go with Lorne, when he's tied up, I like the like white and purple color scheme with his like green skin. I think it looks really good. But I gotta shout out Cordelia's outfit because this is the only Cordelia outfit that like I think of when I think of this season. Like there's no, they dress her so poorly once it's like she's obviously pregnant that she's wearing like muumuus and overcoats and like really bad outfits. And this is an outfit that I'm like, it's cute. It's not actually my favorite, but I'm like, it's cute. And it's the only cute outfit I feel like they put her in this season. So I'm gonna go with that too. Favorite scene, Kim?
Oh man, I don't know because this one has so much fun moments. It's hard to pick a favorite scene, but I guess I kind of like the scene where Wesley's like about to say that one of them might be the vampire, and then Angel's like, gotta go, bye, and like runs outside and like thinks the cars are demons and comes back inside, and then like he's describing the demons. There's hundreds of them, they're screamy. And then Fred says the word vittles, and like Angel starts like licking his lips weirdly. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of like that's like a lot of comedy kind of
At once, yeah.
yeah, and all in one place. But I like all the little funny moments. I'm tempted to choose something more serious, but the thing I like about this episode is the humor. So that was the Angel as Thor and what follows part is my answer.
All right, fair. Jason?
Well, I'm just gonna not do the end scene because I feel like that's just obvious. I love that.
But if it is your favorite, you should say
that's
that.
okay, yeah.
It is, but I really like when he came out, I'm invisible. No, you're not. Okay, be right back. Like, I don't know why that whole bathroom scene was so good. Like, and his facial, I was like, there's actually good like facial expressions here. I was like, he's doing well.
Because like Kim said, when they let him have fun, he is having fun and he does it well. Hammy?
I did really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of comedy, so it is easy to pick the comedic stuff. I'm gonna pick the first scene, I think, because it really did draw me in. Like, it's not the best scene, I don't think anyone normally would, but in my position, like, I was not expecting it to get fully pulled into the episode immediately and was kind of not looking forward to watching it, and it drew me in. So, I mean, kudos to that scene for hitting me over the head and making me watch season 4 of Angel.
You know, I wasn't sure when you sent me the text of like, I don't know why Cordelia doesn't have a memory. And I was like, but the show doesn't tell you yet. And I was like, all right, he hasn't texted me anything else. So either he really fucking hates this or he's actually maybe into it. I wasn't sure where we were landing, and I'm glad it was not the fucking hating it.
Me too.
My favorite scene is also the bathroom scene. I like really like legit laughed out loud at all that. But also I liked Fred asking for weed because I am also smart and would be asking for weed. Smart. Lowercase s smart. What grade do we give this episode, Jason?
This season, it's already like the average is lower.
Yeah.
You know what? For this one though, this was like a fun one-off, so I would go B.
Okay. All right. Kim?
I'd say like a B plus. Yeah, I don't know if any episode this season's gonna get. I don't know. Actually, no. The Faith arc probably is gonna score well with me. But yeah, I'd say B plus.
All right. Hammy?
B.
Okay.
Going B.
Look at that, Hammy. And
I know.
I think I say B plus, grading on a curve of what season we're in. This is like one of the
you
like fun. Yeah,
you have to, right? Because I think about some Buffy episodes that I've given a B to, and this is not as good as those B Buffy episodes, but in the world of
Angel and the season
on the season 4 curve.
Yeah,
We'll
right.
call it.
I feel like I'm gonna most of these episodes I have to have like a curve because it's like I give a C, but really it probably would be an F. But like we're in Angel, so you know. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for joining me.
Yes, he did it.
My brain really got stuck there. If you like Slayerfest 98, you can find us anywhere you get your podcasts, like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can watch our video recordings because all of our recordings are video now on YouTube. Feel free to subscribe. Please give us a good rating. Would really appreciate it. It helps the podcast. Hammy and Kim are dancing. You can only see it if you're watching on YouTube. And if you want to follow us on social media, we are at SlayerFestX98 on all social media platforms. If you want to support us, we are going through Buffy Season 5 for its 25th anniversary over on Patreon. The episodes drop on the 25th anniversary Also have some X-Men the Animated Series, Batman the Animated Series. We're going through. Those drop less frequently. Have Zoom hangouts. Any and all support is much appreciated. If you want to follow me on social, I am at Ian X Carlos. Hammy, where can everyone find you?
You can find my day-to-day normal stuff on Instagram at Hammy73. You can find my cosplay at michael.ham.cosplay. I also have a Patreon where it's lots of behind-the-scenes stuff and all kinds of little photo shoots and junk like that.
I like how
you can find that on the Patreon.
I like
or
how
on the
pure
Instagram.
you say. It's just, you know.
Sorry, yeah. If you want to see me be a whore, go to patreon.com/michaelham.
Kim, where can everyone find you?
I'm at Kim and Joe South on Blue Sky, and my website, if you like poetry, is kimberlyandsouthwick.com.
And Jason, where can everyone find you?
Nowhere.
None of your business.
I stream on Twitch, Jason Sully, Sulli, and me and my wife just dropped a YouTube channel called Sully Fam Reacts.
I was going to do the promo for you if you weren't going to say.
I know you were about
to. I can say where can find Jason. Thank you all for joining me. We'll see you next time. Bye.
I didn't realize we were video recording.